Tennis great Arthur Ashe said, "From what we get, we can make a living. What we give, however, makes a life." And the story of Ashe's life, while he certainly got a lot, is really about what this remarkable man gave. Arthur Ashe was born in Richmond, Virginia on July 10, 1943. His mother, Maddie, had him reading by the age of 4. Sadly, Maddie died when Ashe was 6. Ashe's dad, Arthur Sr., ran a tight ship after that. Church every Sunday, immediately home after school. But the strictness kept him out of trouble and focused on school. He was an avid reader, got straight A's, and he would go on to graduate high school first in his class. Ashe grew up by a park that had tennis courts. He enjoyed playing and was a quick study. His natural talent was undeniable. He was eventually introduced to Dr. Walter Johnson, who was the coach of Althea Gibson, the only black player competing on the national stage in tennis. Johnson would become a lifelong coach and mentor for Ashe. In 1958, Ashe played in his first integrated tennis competition, becoming the first African American to play in Maryland's boys' championships. He moved to St. Louis to work with another coach. He won the junior national title in back-to-back years, in 1960 and 1961. At this time, he was ranked the 5th best junior player in the country. Because of his academic and athletic success, he was offered a full-ride scholarship to UCLA. Playing for UCLA brought Ashe more national recognition. In 1963, Ashe became the first African American to be recruited and to play for the U.S. Davis Cup team. Sports Illustrated featured him twice in their Faces in the Crowd as an up-and-coming athlete. After graduating with a business administration degree, Ashe served in the U.S. Army for 2 years. He continued to train and play tennis. In 1968, he shocked the tennis world by winning the U.S. Open. This was significant for 2 reasons. 1, he was still an amateur. Because of this, he couldn't accept the prize money, which went to Tom Oker, who Ashe beat for the title. And secondly, Ashe was a black man. He remains the only black man to achieve this title. The following year, Ashe co-founded the National Junior Tennis League. This program exposed kids to tennis who might not normally have that opportunity. It also emphasized academics and discipline. This was the first of many programs Ashe would be a part of. The end goal was never to produce elite athletes. Rather, it was to use tennis as a way to teach life skills. Ashe's professional career was filled with wins and advocacy. He applied for a visa to travel to South Africa in 1969 to play in the South African Open. But because of apartheid, his visa was denied. His U.S. ranking of number 1 didn't matter. His color did. This fueled his work against apartheid for the following 2 decades. In 1970, Ashe won the Australian Open. He eventually got to South Africa in 1973 and was the first black professional to play in the national championship there. He reached the singles finals and won the doubles with Tom Oker. In 1975, He became the first and only black man to win Wimbledon when he defeated the favored Jimmy Connors in 4 sets. This win helped him achieve the #1 worldwide ranking in tennis. (1976) would bring love for Arthur Ashe. He met a photographer named Jeannie, and he married her the following year. Eventually, they adopted one daughter and named her Camera. A number of health issues forced Ashe to retire. He had a heart attack in 1979, followed by quadruple bypass surgery. He retired the next year in 1980. 3 years later, he needed a second bypass surgery. To expedite recovery, he received a blood transfusion. But instead of accelerating the healing, it brought more difficulties. The blood he was given had HIV. He had no idea until he was hospitalized 8 years later for another infection. He revealed to the public that he had AIDS on April 8th, 1992. Never one to shy away from using his platform to elicit change, he poured himself into raising awareness about AIDS. He spoke at the UN, started a new foundation, and began work on what would turn out to be a $5 million fundraising campaign. He died on February 6th, 1993, in New York City. For his amazing tennis legacy, he broke barriers as the first black man to achieve tennis success of his caliber. His career record was 818 wins, 260 losses, with 51 titles, including 3 Grand Slam single titles. He was the first African American tennis player inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame. He's also remembered for his humanitarian legacy. Arthur Ashe dedicated himself to helping those who needed him, youth at home and South Africans abroad. He founded Artists and Athletes Against Apartheid. He wrote articles. He taught some classes. When one of his courses, The Black Athlete in Contemporary Society, had outdated material, he wrote a 3-volume book titled A Hard Road to Glory. Arthur Ashe got things done. He was a hero on and off the court. Ashe once said, "True heroism is remarkably sober, very undramatic. It is not the urge to surpass all others at whatever cost, but the urge to serve others at whatever cost." Thanks for watching Heartbeats on the Sports Beat. If you enjoyed this video, please click to subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to tap the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when we post our next inspiring sports story.